Hi everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel. Thank you very much for joining me on this beautiful day here we have in the southeast of England. My name is Warren Bennett. We've got Trev still mooching around the garden enjoying the sunshine too. In this video I'm going to give you ways to hit that little half shot. So if you're hitting a shot into quite a strong wind, how do you take spin off the ball? How do you stop that ball from ballooning and coming up short? So like anything, there's a right and wrong way to do it. So I'm just going to get the front camera set up and I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay everyone, so like I said in the intro, there's always a right and wrong way to do it. But first of all, I'm going to show you what a normal 7-iron goes in terms of, not distance necessarily, but sort of height. That's my first swing of the day, so that wasn't my best. So we've got the flight scope running here. So in terms of height, you can see it's 107 feet. I'm going to do one more, probably do 3 actually, just take an average. So this is what my normal 7-iron does in terms of takeoff. It's 108, so obviously it's averaging about 107, 108 feet in the air. Okay, so what you don't want to do, that's a little bit higher. What you don't want to do, if you're hitting a ball into a 20-mile-an-hour wind, you definitely don't want to hit it normal, because what's that's going to do? That's going to, especially if it's kind of close to the green, if I'm 120 yards out, 150 yards out, you don't want to hit a normal shot, because what that's going to do, 9 times out of 10, I've seen so many golfers just balloon it up in the air and come up short. So what I tend to do is take 1 or even 2 clubs more and play a little half swing. But like anything, there's always a wrong way and a right way to do it. So let me just show you. Recently in the UK especially, it's been really windy, and I would say it's a real shot saver to be able to kind of play this little half shot. So if you're 100 yards out, 150 yards out, it's really beneficial for you to kind of just play this little knockdown. You're not doing a full swing, so you don't have to stand there and actually hit one absolutely perfect to try and get that ball on the green. So you're playing the odds really, you're playing like the averages, so you're just trying to make life a little bit easier on yourself. See there, I averaged about 110 feet for a 7-iron and the ball's going roughly about 150 something yards, but we're not worrying about distance. Let's just imagine we've got 100, 120 yard shot into quite a strong wind. What do we do? So first of all, if I've got 130 yards, which would normally be 9, maybe a wedge, is take more club, because obviously we're not going to hit it as hard. So what you want to try and do, you want to try and take a bit of pace off your swing and take a bit of length off your swing either side. 3 things I would say is a little bit narrower in the stance, that kind of keeps you over the top of the ball a little bit more without too much weight transference. Head over the ball and hands slightly ahead of it as per normal. So you're kind of turning it into like a 6.5 iron here. Now, to hit the ball lower without too much spin, what you want to try and do, you don't want to be back behind it when you hit it. So I would change my backswing. I would really keep, I'd still twist, but I'd really keep on top of the ball. So you can see here what I want to do. I want to try and straighten out my spine angle, which I've done. So I'm going to show you my normal 7-iron backswing, and you can see there with the shots I hit earlier, compared to the backswing I'm going to do now. As you can see now, I'm much more on top of it with my spine. I haven't got that kind of spine tilt. Now I've built in kind of leaning into it without having to lean into it, if you know what I mean. So basically I'm on top of the ball without having to. So if you put a normal backswing in when I'm kind of back behind it a little bit more, I'm going to have to now lean into it, which is wrong. I see so many people who trying to hit this low shot or this punch shot, and they do a normal backswing and they lean into it and they leave the club face open because they're kind of swaying around too much. You don't need to do that. Stay right on top of the ball. Narrow stance, head over the ball and hands ahead. But I'm really keeping over the ball here. I'm really over the top of the ball, and all I've got to do now is stay there and allow my arms to swing down. So let's hit a few. Nice little half swing. Stay on top of it. Stay on top of it. So you can see I'm really hitting down on that. See how far that's gone, 120 roughly. Right, let's see if we can get that a little bit further. So I'm imagining into that kind of 20 miles an hour wind, kind of my little half shot. Play the percentages. It may not be perfect every time. Stay right on top of it. You're still twisting, but you're keeping your head right on top. And you can see there, it felt a little bit straighter than the last one, which it was. There we go, 131. What you're imitating impact. I want my hands ahead to take that loft off. I want my weight to be into my left side here. Most of it's happened in your backswing. So remember, you're only hitting half swing to half swing really. You're taking speed off the club head. That's why you want to hit a little bit more club. Keep on top of it, twisting, keep your head there. You can see with this line, with this one, really on top of it. And that's even lower, I think. So don't really have to do a lot with the follow through. You can see 62, 63 feet, pretty good yardage. Pulled it a little bit, but not too far. So like I said in the intro, I see so many golfers hitting a normal club into a strong wind, or even just one more club and hitting a normal swing. It's too difficult to not let the wind affect it. It's got to be absolutely perfect. Whoever's played with me in the past, I would say a third of my iron play is just done by kind of back and through, nothing too much. Narrow stance, what a narrow stance does, it stops the weight transference because you're going to feel it more. Just like with the feet together drill I did on a video or two before. If you have a stance that's very narrow, you're going to stop moving around because your gyroscope in the head is going to stay pretty still. Make sure your head is over the top of the ball. If you're not sure, you can put a little plumb bob over my nose there. You can see it's pretty much on top of it. And let's just nudge our hands ahead. Remember, when you nudge your hands ahead, you're not opening the face like that. You're keeping the face looking down the line, so you're de-lofting it a little bit. Okay, twist, keep your head over the ball here. So it might feel like you kind of tilted a little bit, which is good. That's what you need for a little half shot. And then all of a sudden you're there. All you need to do is let your arms swing down. A little bit higher and out to the right. Well, not too bad there, yeah, much higher, 85 feet. So it's not an exact science. If you really want to hit one very low, say if you're punching out here from the trees, you really want to try and get your hands ahead of the ball at impact. Keep your head there, you're not leaning into it with your head at all. You're keeping your head there. If you're already your head is above the ball, you don't need to kind of go ahead of it. You're just keeping your hands ahead of the ball a little bit more here. Definitely lower, that one. Be a bit more squeezed. There we go. So having this shot in your arsenal is a really great and effective way to kind of take shocks off your handicap. We all don't like playing in the wind. I didn't like playing in the wind, but I was quite good at it. So when it was windy, I always knew kind of a majority, or not a majority, a minority would struggle a little bit. Obviously we don't enjoy it and it's hard work. So having shots like this in your arsenal can really save shots off your handicap. Okay, so remember, we're only doing a half a swing, so there's less to go wrong. Kind of half swing to half swing. Let's see if I can get this to 130. Hands ahead, head over the ball in the backswing, and stay there. Oh, that's definitely too far. Oh, not too bad, 133. So like in a lot of my videos, I'd say give yourself a little bit of time to get used to that. If you've got a club at home, you've got a mirror, or you've got a window to swing into, and have a look at yourself, really feel like your head's staying over the ball. There's no lateral sway at all on that backswing. So setting yourself up for success in this backswing is the key to taking that spin off the ball. Okay, so if that's anything of interest to you, I'd love to hear from you. Love to kind of hear your comments, love to hear your feedback, and how do you keep it low? This is obviously mainly with an iron. With a driver, I would say I would just hit a driver normal. I wouldn't try and hit a driver low. It's too difficult. There's not enough loft on that club anyway. So for instance, if I've got 100 yards into the hole and I'm playing into a 20-mile-an-hour wind, I'll probably hit like an 8-iron or even a 7-iron. Because what you want to do, depending on the terrain and what's in front of the green, if there's nothing there, just play a little 7-iron. Because what you don't want to do, if you've hit that shot, as we've all have, where you've hit it up in the air and it's starting to spin, it's going to exaggerate it too much. So you really want to try and keep it below, take the spin off and just play the odds. Okay, so if that's of interest to you, I'd love you to have you along as part of this community we're building, and hit the subscribe button. As well as that, if you can comment or like, that really helps the channel. From myself, I bid you farewell. Have a great golfing week. Please stay healthy on and off the golf course. From myself and Trev, we'll see you next time. Cheerio.